In this video, I'm going to show you how you can make $750 a day by selling websites. The process is very simple. What we're going to do is find businesses on Google Maps that have low reviews, contact the founder on LinkedIn, and pitch them a free demo. And then we're going to use AI tools like Lovable and Replit to actually build the website, and then we'll sell it to them. I'm going to show you the exact messages I use on LinkedIn, how I prompt the AI agent to build a website, and also two pricing strategies. So whether you want to do a monthly retainer or just a one-off fee. But there's one mistake 90% of the people make when they do cold outreach that just kills their response rate. So I'm going to show you how to avoid that. So let's dive in. So why LinkedIn instead of cold emailing? Well, there's two main reasons for this. The first reason is that LinkedIn is already instant social proof. So if you're reaching out to someone, they can already view your profile, your past work experience, and you might even have some mutual connections. The second reason, which is actually linked to the first reason, is that you're going to get a high response rate messaging people on LinkedIn as opposed to cold emailing. Now, for this, you do need the LinkedIn Sales Navigator, which I think it costs over $100 per month. However, you do get 50 in-mail credits, which means you can reach out to 50 people in 1 month. Just think of it as if you were to sell one website at $750. That means you've got 7 months covered for the Sales Navigator. So it is a win-win scenario. The first thing we have to do is figure out what type of business do we want to target. Obviously, you want to target a wealthy market. So I've just went ahead and looked for law firms in New York. However, you can do small finance companies, accountants, CPAs, just target a wealthy market. And first thing to do is you just click here, more businesses. On Google Maps, we'll get a large list of law firms in New York. And what you do here is you go back to page 9 or 10. Further down you go in that list, you'll notice the less reviews a company or a firm has. So we'll just go ahead and open this website, and we'll open this one. We might have to open a few because they might have a good website. So obviously you want to make sure that the website, you can actually do a better job and you're confident in doing that. So, okay, let's just check these 6. Now this one's not too bad. And this one's okay. This isn't, yeah, that's fine. What about this one? Yeah, these all look fine. Okay, this one is not great in my opinion. I definitely think if we gave this to Lovable, Replit could do a better job. Okay, let's just target this one then. And what are they called? Diane Law Firm. So let's just look that up on Google. And what we want to do is we want to find out the founder or, just anyone that's high up that we can reach out to on LinkedIn. Or they might even have a LinkedIn social link here in the website. So let me just scroll down. Oh, there we go, LinkedIn. We just click on this. And obviously this is assuming that you already have a subscription to the LinkedIn Sales Navigator. If they have the option to message here, then go ahead and message them. Yeah, this seems to be, I'm assuming, the founder or the director. Yeah, exactly. And we'll just go ahead and message Adam, and that's going to open up the Sales Navigator. And then we'll just paste in this message. Hey everyone, just before we move on, I wanted to quickly mention about my school community called Vibe Coding School. Now, in this community, I teach people how to land their first client in 90 days using tools such as Lovable, Replit, Base44, V0. As of now, we have 275 members. And I've also created a day-to-day accountability program where each day you're given specific tasks that will eventually help you land your first client. So if you are interested in this, then check out the link in the description, the school link, Vibe Coding School. And I look forward to seeing you there. Now, as you can see here, I'm just mentioning a free website demo. And I'm just saying, hey, Adam, I just saw your firm, which is a law firm in NYC, and I just noticed your website could do with an update because, it's not the best website, is it? You would expect it to be slightly more professional, I think. You can definitely do a better job on this. And then I've just mentioned that I specialize in building these websites for law firms, and I'd love to create a free demo for him with no strings attached. And then, if he's interested, then I can send over a free demo. It's that simple. So keep in mind that when you're sending this message, you obviously want to fill out your LinkedIn profile. So if you've just created a LinkedIn account, make sure you add work experience and you have a profile picture and you just fill it out. So we'll just go ahead and send this message. Now, if the client does reply, then what we'll do is we'll go ahead and open, whatever tool you like. I prefer Lovable. So we'll just go ahead and open Lovable. And you can also use Replit, Base44, or even Bolt. And because I've actually built quite a few minimum viable products for clients on Upwork using these tools, I know how to prompt them. And in this scenario, what we want to do is we want to take screenshots of the existing website. I'm trying to avoid my face there. Okay, so I've just created a bunch of screenshots of the existing landing page. And what we're going to do is we're going to drop all of these inside Lovable. And I wouldn't provide the URL. Oh, it seems like there's a limit of 10. So I'm just going to remove some ones like this one. And just make sure you don't provide the URL. Lovable does a better job when you provide it with screenshots and existing images. It interprets those better. Now, if you're struggling to come up with a prompt to feed into Lovable, what I suggest you do is go to the support page here in this URL. And as you can see, we can just say, I want to enhance an existing website by providing screenshots to Lovable. I need a prompt to do this. And obviously because it has access to all of the Lovable docs, it's going to scan those docs and give you a well-enhanced prompt for the specific use case. So this is our prompt. We'll just go ahead and copy it and then paste it here into Lovable. However, we do have to mention that I've provided multiple screenshots, not just one, of my current website that needs enhancement. And it's just providing some details here. So it's going to look at those images and then do a better job. So we'll just go ahead and click enter and wait for Lovable to do its magic. Okay, it looks like Lovable has finished off creating our website. I'm just going to open this up in the preview tab so we can compare both websites. You can already tell it's a lot better. I mean, look at this. The layout is very clean and it's very clear, well organized. Okay, it's missing an image here, but that's fine. Yeah, this looks miles better if I'm being honest compared to this. Yeah, I'm quite happy with this. If you do want to make tweaks, you can just prompt the agent and make sure you provide a lot of context and you're specific to the outcome you're trying to achieve. So more context is always better. So the next step would be to just record a Loom video, let's say a 1 or 2 minute video where you're just showcasing the website to the client, and you just scroll down and just showcase what you've built and then send over that Loom video to them. Okay, so if the client is happy with what you've done and what you showed in the Loom video, then the next step would be to actually close the deal. You want to get a scope document. So essentially you're going to outline what you're going to do with them, send that over to them, and if they approve, then you can go ahead and build the website for $750. There's also 2 options here, which is what I mentioned here in the intro, where a lot of people actually make a mistake. So you can charge the client $750 and build it inside their Lovable account. So you would have to ask them to create a Lovable account and they would invite you into the account in their workspace, and then you would work in their workspace. That way they cover the costs associated with prompts, which is actually what I do for clients on Upwork. And the client is going to cover all the prompt costs. Although in the case of a simple website, it should not really cost that much. And the second option is you can actually charge slightly less initially, let's say $400 to $500, and then you can put them on a monthly retainer. And what you do here is you essentially build the website in your own Lovable account, and that way for maintenance and also for prompt costs, you can charge them, let's say $150 to $200 a month. So in the monthly retainer scenario, you will have to cover the prompts. However, just keep in mind, if you have, let's say 20 or 30 clients in your workspace, that could amount to, let's say $5,000 or $6,000 if it's $200 a month per client. So yeah, that's also a second option, which is definitely something worth considering. And also this obviously depends on the type of client. Is it just a small law firm? Then, ideally you shouldn't be charging a lot. However, if it's like a medium or to large size company, then you can always charge more. So that's just worth considering. So just to quickly recap the entire process in this video, first thing you want to do is find relevant leads on Google Maps with low reviews. Second step is to find the founder or CEO on LinkedIn and then message them using the LinkedIn Sales Navigator. The third step is to then reach out asking if they want a free demo, and if they say yes, then we create that demo using tools like Lovable and Replit. And so we then record the website with Loom and then send over the link to the client, and then you close the deal for $750. So this is all completely doable, and you can even do this part-time. So if you want more acquisition strategies or how to land a first client, then check out the school link in the description. Make sure to hit the subscribe button to watch more content like this, and I'll see you in the next video.